Hey everyone, this is Antoine from Crisp. Welcome to this new webinar that is going to focus on the Crisp inbox. So if you do have any questions and if you're ready to start, just feel free to write ready in the comments. Okay, so today we're going to have a look at different things, and I'm going to just share my screen to show you how it looks for the Crisp inbox. Sorry, just need to get things ready and we'll be ready to work. Okay, view full screen mode. And we're good. So let's go. We're going to get through the Crisp inbox. If you do have any questions, just feel free to ask and send a message through the chat, which is available using our Livestorm app, which is the webinar app that we're using today. So Crisp, as you know, is a customer messaging platform that is striving to make messaging simple. The main assets of the software is to let you chat with your customers, to bring your team around one software, and this is what we are going to work on today, and to easily access user data into one platform. So what your customers see, first, the Crisp inbox is all about live chat, and this is the first product that has been built within the company. So the live chat lets you and enables you to chat with website visitors, is compatible with all websites, and you can set it up in a few minutes. Customization is available at scale. It means that you can customize your website whenever you want. It's really easy for you to create also chatbots and offer a multilingual experience, and that is what we are going to review over this presentation. Overall, this presentation will set you a detailed information about the Crisp inbox. So yes, this is the things we are going to review today. So one of the first thing you could set using Crisp is the trigger. The triggers are very powerful because it lets you to engage proactively with your website visitors. Creating triggers should really be a first thing to do once you've set up Crisp, because it will let you engage with your website visitors, but also create specific messages based on user interaction so that you prevent users from contacting you, as you are able to understand what are the problems that they are facing right now. So take some time to set specific triggers. If you do want to have specific examples, we have some content that are available on the blog. So a trigger is fully customizable, and you can target specific events, pages, and user intent. I'm going to show you quickly how you can set them using Crisp. So simply reach out to app.crisp.chat. Go to plugins and then look for trigger. So as you can see here, we do have lots of different triggers inside Crisp. So for example, let's have a look at the live chat one. So what we've done at first is to set specific messages based on user language. It's much more powerful to engage with your users if you want to have huge and better engagement rate, to engage and send a message to your users using a specific language. So how we've done this? Well, we reviewed the analytics data, and then we decided to set those specific languages. So as you can see, you have the ability to show a message, open chat box, and play a sound. You can then choose different events, so on pages and after delay. So you can combine those to make it more powerful, so that every time a user spends more than 30 seconds on the live chat page, then a message will be displayed to this user, which is really great because you automate the first message, and then your team is able to start the conversation once the user responded. So what we advise here is to try different messages so that you are able to understand what is the best to engage with your customers. Another great thing is about URL parameters. You can send them so that you can personalize your message from users that are coming, well, from your Google or Facebook ads, so that you can keep on personalizing your experience from the moment the user clicked on your ads to the moment the user comes to your landing page. So it's really great, and you should really try this. Then you can also use a click on link, so it's quite simple. Just have to add a CSS ID and it will trigger a specific message, and so on. So as I just said, feel free to go to our blog. There's an article that is written about specific examples that you could build using Crisp triggers. So is there any questions? No, everything looks clear. Well, if you do have any questions, just feel free to get back to me whenever you want. So we do also have the ability to get ratings. So ratings from your users are sent 1 hour after a conversation has been resolved. Okay, it's included in the transcript, so it gives you the ability to get feedback about your customer experience. It's something that is really important for your company because you are able to understand what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong, and also you have the ability to immediately get back to your users. Well, at the moment you see something went wrong or something went great too, because it's the perfect moment to get back to them and ask them for review on any specific website such as G2 or GetApp and all these websites that are centralizing data about your customer experience. So let me show you quickly where you can see those ratings on your Crisp Analytics. So you just have to go to Analytics and then reach out to Ratings. This is the place where you'll be able to see the evolution of your ratings per hour, days, weeks, or months, and also detailed comments for each user that has left a rating. Okay, and you can easily get back to a user by clicking here, so that you're sure that you're addressing the right message to the right people. So you always have interesting information, and you do have the same for help desk too, which is available here. Okay, and gives you content about the quality of your help desk articles, which are really powerful too, so that you are able to understand how it works and if you do have to improve your content too. Okay, so what about now and about what your team see, because this is what this webinar is all about. So Crisp is a shared inbox, right? So it helps you to answer your customers from multiple channels inside one software. You can simply use our web app or download our desktop app, or our mobile apps so that you are able to answer your customers wherever you are. It's collaborative, it's unique design, and it's multilingual too, so that if you want to set them up in different languages, because you do have users and agents that have to use them in their own language, it's translated in more than 9 languages, so that you can totally set it as you want. So conversations are really powerful, and the thing is that you can totally assign different information about a user. As you can see here, you have data about a user that has given us his email, and we've been able to enrich the conversation with detailed information so that your agents are able to see immediately who they are speaking with, is it a key customer, and quickly access to the user profile. Then here you have the ability to assign a conversation manually. You can also do it automatically, okay, using segments, and we're going to review later on how you can assign conversation based on segment and create what we call a routing rule that will automatically assign conversation to the right user based on what the customer said. Then you do have information about location, languages, and previous page, and also the devices and the segment. This is what we are going to use to route conversations. So if you do not have any questions, that's fine, but if you do have, feel free to ask them. So as you can see, conversations are really powerful, and you can do lots of different things. So canned responses. Canned responses are a very powerful way for you to increase your first response time. Canned responses should really be something as triggers that you should set immediately once you've reached the Crisp Inbox and that you've started to use it. Crisp Inbox offers the ability to build canned responses that are templated answers so that you are able to answer immediately to frequent customers' questions. It saves you time. It frees some time for your reps too, so that they do not spend time on repetitive questions, and lets your agents focus on what really matters. So I'm going to show you quickly how you can do it easily using Crisp. So you just have to go to Settings. Then you have to go to Message Shortcuts. So once you've reached the message shortcuts, as you can see here at Crisp, we do have lots of different categories. It's quite simple to create them. You just have to add a shortcut, okay? You add them to a specific category, or you create your own category and you add a message. Then it's available inside the conversation. So if you want to start a conversation with a canned responses, just have to use the exclamation mark or simply click on shortcuts here, okay? It's quite the same as Note or Help Desk, and it lets you find easily. For example, we do have some templated answer for Intercom, and that's it. So you should really spend some time to focus on those questions and take some time to step back to define what are the repetitive questions and how you can save time for your reps so that they are able to focus on what really matters. Finally, I would say that it's also a great way for your reps and sales reps or marketing reps to send automated answers. For example, a user that is asking for a webinar, or a user that is asking for a documentation about your product. Well, just simply to semi-automate those answers that will really help you to better increase your first response time. So, as you may have seen, Crisp released a new version over the past weeks, and we modified the way the information was displayed. As you can see now, you can easily start a conversation using audio and video calls, or start a magic browse session. So the magic browse is a way for you to visualize in real time what your customers are doing on your website. So first, it's a really great way to spot UX issues, and then it's a great way for you then to guide the user, because you can also take the control of the screen. So you just have to click on this button when the user is browsing your website, and only when the user is browsing your website. Otherwise, it will not be available. And it will be the same for the call feature, so that you can guide the user towards his goal. It's really powerful for support. It's also very powerful for a support team and marketing and sales team too. One thing is, and that you have to remember, and that's why it's interesting, this is that only your operators can start a call with you. So let's dig into advanced features that will help you to better help your customers and improve also internally the way you are dealing with customers' conversation. So we're going to review threads that are a modern way of dealing with tickets, segments, and events that we are going to use, for example, to build routing rules. We are going to see how to enrich user profile, how to link Crisp with your back office and merge conversations between unknown visitors and known visitors, and fake messages sent from the user side, so that you can, for example, trigger the chatbot. I'm going to check quickly if you do have any questions. Well, still no question. Perfect. If you do have, feel free to ask. So the thread, as I said, threads are a way for you to deal with multiple requests inside the conversation. It's the perfect way to move your customer support to another level by using a specific information and detailing the reason why the user contacted you, so that you can have one unique thread, one unique conversation, but multiple threads in it that are referring to specific information that the user had to tell you. So you can do it using our JavaScript SDK, and you'll have to use this function, which is crisp.push do message thread start and the thread topic. So what we suggest here is simply that you create a button on your website that is asking for creating a thread, for example, and the reason of the thread, and then send the data to Crisp so that you are able to start a new thread. And it's also the same for closing thread. It will be message thread end, but it will have to be done on the agent side and not on the user side. So as a use case, I wrote is great way to create good old tickets, and also to improve customers' request knowledge, so that you're able to understand what are the reasons your customers are contacting you. Conversations and segments. So segments can be assigned in different ways. You can assign it to a conversation or to a profile, to a user, okay? So segments can be assigned manually or automatically using Crisp SDK or the chatbot, or also in the inbox, but manually it won't be that scalable. You can do it really easily using the crisp.push set session segments, and then you can assign different segments to the same user. To build a routing bot and then use the routing rules, well, you'll have to use the chatbot for this, and I'm going to show you immediately how you can do it. So just reach out to your Crisp inbox, click on plugin, look for bot, And once you're in your scenario, you do have some scenarios that are set or not, maybe. If not, we do offer some sample scenario that could help you. The one you should use would be the department bot, for example, would be a good start for you to start to use a routing bot that will help you to redirect conversation based on what the user asked. So once you've created it, just simply click on it, and then you can access. So let's try it quickly. And as you can see, we ask the user who we want to speak with, take sales. So there's only 2 solutions, but you can add up to 5 different solutions so that you're pretty sure that you can do everything a user needs, okay? So if I click on sales, then as you can see, a send message block here has been set, saying, okay, someone will get back to you, and we assigned a segment. And this segment, we are going to use it to create routing rules. So to create routing rules, you have to go to settings, then website settings, then choose the website you are going to use for these rules, click on settings, and then look for message routing rules. Then you go to routing rules here, and as you can see, there's already some routing rules that are set: support, sales, and accountability. And let's add a new one. So we'll say sales assignment. So you have to use the advanced condition and create a filter. This filter will be based on contact segments, right? Contact segments that equals to sales will be assigned to this group of users, okay? And once it's done, well, you just have to simply validate the routing rules, and it will be automatically redirected every time a user is receiving this segment to his profile. Then it will be assigned to this group of users, which is really powerful because you are immediately in front of the right people. And then you can prioritize routing rules so that you want this one for at first and then this one, for example. It's up to you. So there are different ways of using the segments other than routing rules. It's also great to qualify customers' life cycle so that you can assign automatically a segment based on user's action. So for example, if a user has signed up, then you can assign the sign up segment. If the user is a paying user, then you can add segment paid user, and so on, so that you can qualify your customer's life cycle and then create filters based on this information to retarget them later on with specific messages or any other action that you would have to do. So events are also a way for you to target and trigger specific messages. Events are different from segments because events are really used to create drip campaigns. Drip campaigns are available inside Crisp in the campaign settings, in the campaigns feature, which is a customer engagement tool that will help you to engage automatically with your website visitors or with your existing users based on their interaction with your product. So that, for example, every time you set an event on a subscription button or an add to cart button, then you can automatically send a message through the chat box or through through email, using this feature. But we're going to review it later on. So as you can see, you can set events using this function, crisp.push set session event, and then you can totally modify this information so that it fits with the interaction the user just did. So as you can see here, there are some examples of triggered events. There's no information linked to it, but you could also totally add information such as the price the name of the product, and so on. It's great to follow on micro moments. It means that you can really understand what are the key actions that the user took. It's also really great to optimize customer experience because you can retarget them later on with specific messages based on what they did, and also automate in-app campaigns. So let's have a look at any questions. Nope, still no question. Perfect. I'm going to keep on this one. So enriching user profile. You can enrich user profile by using session data, which are available either in the inbox. As you can see, we do have some specific information about the user that are coming from our own software, and you could also do it by your own. I mean that you can get much more context for your agents about who they are speaking with and who is the customer they are facing. So it's perfect for you to better understand who you are speaking with, right? It's also great because you will be able to reuse this data, which are your own data, the data that you use every day inside your own product, to target them and target your users later based on specific filters that you are going to be able to reuse. You can also link Crisp to your back office. So using UUID library, you can link between website ID and UUID using specific code that are available inside our help desk, so that you can merge automatically data between a conversation from a user that you don't know and a conversation from a user that is logged in. So once a user logged in, then you are able to understand who this user is and centralize the conversation inside the same thread, which is really great. And then you can simulate a message from your users, okay? Using our SDK JavaScript, you can push a message that is faking a message sent from the user. For example, we do use it on our own website. So if you do want to have a look at it, simply go to crisp.chat and look for the button request a demo. Once you've seen this button, click on it and you'll see in the chat box that there's a message that has been sent from you, which is only a way for us to trigger the chatbot. Okay. And you can also do it for any different ways. For example, if you want to create a subscription bot for your newsletter, then you could totally add a button on your website saying subscribe to newsletter, and then create a newsletter bot that will trigger from these messages. It's perfect because it allows you to delete any web form on your website, which are, you know, something from the past, and just capitalize on something great, which is Crisp Chatbot. So just a quick reminder, inside the Crisp inbox, you can also integrate all your emails. I've added links at the end of the conversation, the screen, sorry, so that you can access easily to dedicated help desk articles. So if you want to receive your email inside Crisp and build your shared inbox, it's totally possible. You can also connect Facebook Messenger so that you are able to answer messages from Crisp to Facebook Messenger's users, and also build a messenger bot so that you are able to automate your relationship using Crisp from Facebook Messenger, which is really great for you. You can also do it for Twitter DM, and it's the same regarding the bot feature. You can totally connect a bot which is able to answer your customers from Twitter directly and automatically. It's the same for Telegram too. Line also is available. And you can also do the same for Twilio. We created lots of different videos about that on our YouTube channel. So if you do want to have more information, feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Everything is available on it. Then the chatbot, as I show you, it's quite efficient, and every company should take some time to reflect on what would be the best usage that they should do using this software. So I'm going to show you quickly another scenario that could be really helpful for you. So just go to plugin, look for bot, click on this one, and then there's different scenarios you can see here. A weekend responder is a really great way for you to automate answers and to keep on generating leads even though you're not in front of your desk and you're not working or maybe sleeping too. So for example, here we have a bot that only works on Sunday and Saturday when there's nobody available in the team. That sends a message saying, hey, sorry, we closed on weekends, but we will follow up on Monday. Simply leave your email and we'll be happy to get back to you. It's a perfect way for you to keep on using and letting your chatbox available and letting know your customers that you're not available, but you'll be able to follow up on the next day you're working, which is really great because you offer a consistent customer experience for your customer. You can also make it multilingual if you want to, as you can see, based on user language. So here we have French, English, Brazilian, and Chinese, and based on those you can answer specifically in their own language, which is great for the customer experience. So about the CRM. The CRM has been totally rebuilt during CRISP 3 and is now much more powerful. So it's available in here and it lets you see different information about your users. You can also create new filters that are very powerful and you can save them to reuse them later on. So for example, I'm able to display only satisfied customers in the US and it's available for you. You can also simply preview all your contacts and access specific information about them, start a phone call or send email straight from this preview. Let me show you. You can simply click on here, preview, and then access detail about the user or open the full profile. About the knowledge base, well, it's quite easy to set, but you should really take some time to set them up because it would really help you to enhance your customer experience. Then retarget customers. So from CRISP, you can retarget customers using automated campaigns and one-shot campaign, and there's the ability to get a full analytics review about that. It's available here, and as you can see, there's the ability to see statistics and also information about different stuff. This has been totally rebuilt so that now you are able to switch from different steps and also use templates or save messages so that you are able to better target and share information inside your team. So we've been globally around the main features of CRISP. If you do have any questions, it's time now to ask yours, and if not, well, thank you for watching. Well, if there are no questions, thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's many different videos specifically on the chatbot where you can learn how you can really use this feature to improve your customer experience. And there's much more videos that are going to be published in the next days. So stay tuned and thank you for watching. Bye bye.